You can't go back, Billy.
He's got to.
Why?
The seldom seen kid hasn't got enough cash, has he?
It's too much for him. He's going to fence it on.
It's only £1,000 still. That'll do me. That'll get Smokey Johnson off me back.
Oh, Smokey Johnson, Billy.
Look, if I didn't know Smokey Johnson, I wouldn't be running up and down canals nicking gear off old ladies, would I? Cole gone, is he? Right. Get your knickers off you.
God, you're a smooth talking devil.
Get up there and do some sunbathing. We don't want the woolly backs wondering why we're here.
Oh, morning, officer.
Morning.
I was nowhere near the scene of the crime, and if I was there, I didn't do it.
Don't be cheeky.
No, ma'am. Can I help you?
I hope so. Do you do repairs?
We do. What's the problem?
Well, I've tried 3 times to set it to record a programme while I was out. Oh, but I rented that one.
Well, it's still under guarantee.
I know, but I don't fancy it.
But why don't you bring it by? I'll have a quick shufty. On the house. Providing you join us club. You needn't take out, just add a little tone to premises. We've not been open so long, we need all we can get in Elk Road.
After dinner.
Champion. If I'm at me bait, Doyle's your man.
Doyle.
Doyle? Yo. Meet,
Inspector Longton. Kate Longton.
Hey, man, a few words is Doyle. All of them useless. This lady'll be in with a defective machine sometime this afternoon. He's an ace fettler. Now then, if I could have your name, address and telephone number, just in time to take advantage of our unique introductory offer.
Introductory offer? How long have you been open?
Well, if we're still here tomorrow, it'll be a month. Right, Doyle?
You're right, Bobby Eden. I'm off to the printers.
Well, it's nice to see young people getting on.
If it happens, it will be. We got started on my dad's compensation. There's a lot resting on this.
What happened to your dad?
Oh, you were at Dougal's stripping lagging off pipes. Lagging's asbestos. Takes him half hour to get upstairs some nights.
Take a scan of that. They might be coming this way. Ask one of your lads to warn local shopkeepers.
Just videos of the nicking.
Yeah, mainly. Very quick source of cash videos. Very convertible and hard to trace.
What are you doing about households?
Crime prevention will handle it. But if you can give us a lift without clips, good on.
What's that?
Wobbler alarm. Pick it up.
What happened?
Wait.
What's that?
You lock it into your video. Anyone picks it up, you can hear what happens.
Right. He drops it on his foot, breaks his toe, and the man on the beat walks slowly over and collars him. Let's have a look. I might get one of these put in the fridge. We get through £3 of cheese a week in our house.
Find out who the culprit is, you mean?
I know who's doing it. I want it stopped.
Who is it?
Me.
Strange Invaders has arrived. And it's...
Yeah, then, sir.
Oh, good morning.
Morning.
My name's Mr. Lineker. I'm from the Association of Film and Video Copyright Incorporated.
Oh, aye.
I've been taking a little look at your stock. I think you've got some pirated tapes, Mr.
Eden.
Mr. Eden, yes. Here's my identification. Look, is there any way quiet we can talk?
No, there's just this.
Well, then, do you think you could close your shop for about a quarter of an hour? I mean, this is potentially very serious. You do realise that the maximum penalty can run into thousands of pounds.
Hold on.
Of course, we're not really anxious to jump on you small operations. I mean, as far as you're concerned, expect you rely on a distributor.
Yes.
Yes, well, that's the man we're after, but we do need cooperation from you.
Well, what do you want?
Well, I need some time with your stock list.
All right.
Oh, and your customer list.
Oh, we can't give
Well,
information
look,
like...
Cope, if there was somewhere for them to go outside the hospital environment.
Excuse me, Mum. These people, are they mentally deficient?
Trust you to come right to the point. They are slow learners, yes.
Whatever the current phrase is.
Medical opinion is that they would be better served outside a hospital environment.
Reinforced by the current round of cost cutting.
Look, do you want to help or don't you?
Yes, yeah.
George?
Devil's advocate, Mom.
The devil can do his own advocating. Sometimes I think you were born grunting, George.
Sorry.
They want 4 television sets and they want to present them to the project. Well, it's not much to ask, for heaven's sake. So, any ideas? Terrific.
Well, he had his identification card with him.
What's it wrong, uns? Did he say?
No.
Because he better not let them go out.
He said something else and all.
What?
We'd say out for Bobby's neither.
Why?
Well, there's been a crime committed, it'd be compounding a felony. If they find out, they're bound to do something. With him, it's like civil.
I'm lost, me.
Come on, if you take hold of this, my arms are stretching.
Aye. Aye, all right.
Well, what do you think? Can you have a look at it?
I don't see why not.
Give me a piece of paper and I'll give you my number at the station.
Hey.
What's the matter?
Out? I assume he can't cope with figures of authority. Half 4 any good?
Fine.
Are you daft, you, or what? No, Copper's fella said.
Remember that fella that used to hang around outside school giving toffees out?
Aye.
He used to say don't tell coppers and all.
Look, give it a day, all right? You're not convinced, are you?
Read my lips.
I mean, what can they do with a list of folks with videos?
How many?
How long do you reckon we can stay here?
A week.
40 then.
Only 40?
Well, it's 5 a day, and if we choose them right, no one's even going to spot a pattern. Look, what's your problem?
5 a day.
Each. Tracy can ring them up and can drive the van.
All right.
Canoeing?
It's a great idea, Bri.
Can I canoe you up the river? Can I canoe you up the creek?
Look, Hiawatha.
Sponsored canoe race, top lock to Skew Bridge. That's nearly 20 miles.
23.
Oh, give up.
Look, what would you rather do, eh? Pick something to do outside in the sun, having a nice time. Or would you rather get volunteered to do something? Because as soon as What's-His-Face made little green apples, you and me are going to end up doing something.
Yes, well, I know
as
that,
soon as
don't
picking
I?
myself, right?
Very men am I glad to see you
Yes,
two.
well, now, me and Danny are going to do this sponsored canoe race, top lock to Skew Bridge. How much would you sponsor us for? How far is it?
Inspector London in
Yes.
What's that? It's Brian and Danny doing the top lock to Skew Bridge canoe run. Care to sponsor them, sir?
You two.
Yes, sir.
What's the joke?
Did you know that your two, Sparks and Keller, have entered the top lock race?
Good,
A
well
lot of
done.
a team in that. They've no chance. Look at them.
I tell you what, I bet they beat your lot.
You're on. How much?
£50?
Okay.
Proceeds to the Brookdale Fund.
Done.
You have been. Don't let me down, lads.
Don't let me down, lads.
I'm killing. I've never been in a canoe. You'll have to teach me.
I will. Just as soon as I've learnt myself.
It's not kids, in and out where they see an open window. It's organised and they shift some gear. And they'll be in Hartley before long, I bet you.
So?
They don't flog 'em where they nick 'em. It's daylight thieving. If it gets much bigger, regional crime squad will be all over us. Thornton Greenland are combing the pubs.
I bet they are.
Sarcasm is a very unattractive trait in a woman. We need to catch these jokers, Kate, before someone comes home and finds them. That's how people get hurt.
I wonder what their game plan is.
Brian Keller has just brought your machine back from the repair shop, Mom. Right. coming out.
Right, practice along here where the marina's going, look.
Now, look, I don't care where we practice as long as it's private. Free from prying eyes.
Chicken.
No such thing. I want to push the odds out. The men down here will have a piece of Mr. Perrin's action.
That was kind of his right. Anything's fair.
No, Mum, it's in perfect working order. Oh. I think you must be doing it wrong.
Hey, up. Is that yours, Mum?
It is. What's that?
If anyone moves it or tries to even budge it a little bit, off goes a 98 decibel alarm. Take it. Have a field test.
All right. Why not? Ooh. How am I going to get it home? Right.
Oh, no sooner said than done, Mum.
Turn it.
Then I have to turn it off.
I'd lose me head if it wasn't fast.
Lost something, Mum?
Me notes. For tonight, for the prize giving.
In that blue folder?
Yes.
Well, you took it with you when you went earlier.
I've left them on the sideboard.
Well, screw this joker if it's the last thing I do. I'll be with Thorpe. Collating, is he?
Yeah, as it comes in, we hand it over.
All videos. All the same method.
They broke a door, they broke a window. Nothing fancy. And they never met a soul except...
Morning.
How do you feel?
Hungry? It's nothing.
What did they say at the hospital?
They agreed with me.
How many times have you been told not to have a go till you've weighed it up?
Is that what you think? I just sailed in.
I know you.
Huh, you think you do. I heard the alarm as I drove up. So I drove round to the back of the house. As I walked in the door, I got a face full of fists and he was gone. Come in!
Would you like what we've got so far?
Go on.
But wherever they are, they keep busy.
Common factors.
Only been disturbed 3 times. And no descriptions worth having.
Lucky.
3 out of that many is better than lucky. What else, George?
Well, we've only covered about half up to yet. Mode of entry is about the only other common factor, apart from a video missing and no one in.
So they're watching the houses?
Aye, the ones with videos in.
So they've got lists of people with videos.
Video club.
Try then, love. That's the 5th video that's been nicked. You know who's going to get stuck up for this, don't you?
Aye. Bobby Eden and his mate Doyle.
Police?
What were the name he gave you?
Well, I was just glad enough to get him out of the shop, like, a Livens or Linton or something.
And where were he from?
The Association of Summit and Summit.
Lock the shop, Bobby Eden. We're going to visit all rental shops in this neck of woods. He might just have tried same dodge. If it's not only thee and me, we've a fighting chance.
Time to set sail, me hearties. Hello, Doll. Hey, up.
What's the big rush?
Johnny in the truck. I told you.
Don't forget the kid's got no cash.
He's got cash, Billy. Don't let him con you. He's got cash.
Have you settled the price?
What's the matter? I always set the price, don't I?
How much? I need so much, Colin.
Enough. That's all you need to know. Enough. Now get this thing moving or we'll end up with nout.
Looks as if the birds have flown.
I don't know.
What?
Well, I took to the lad I saw. Funny. I'd have bet next week's overtime he was straight.
So would I. Still, you can't tell nowadays. Come on.
copper?
Yeah. Solo!
What's up?
We can't hang about for the kid, not even for a better deal.
Why not? That's the only reason we travel like this, isn't it? So we sell when we want, so we get our price.
The woman, the lady, the one I hit last night.
Yeah?
It's a lady copper.
We carrying this tea or what?
Wait, you hurry, you cut Inspector Boyd. A good story for the this one week, because he's after 200 quid a machine. He owes the Manchester police.
Oh, does he? Well, that's his problem.
When he's working with you, it's your problem.
Listen, she's looking for us.
For you!
So, it's us then.
Aye. You and me, Bobby Eden, and no one else. We've hit jackpot.
I'll kill that fella.
You'll not see him. Fellas like that make a good living out of no one seeing them.
We'll have to go to cop shop
Oh,
now.
aye. And if some of these were made in Hong Kong, where does that leave you and me and your dad?
Well, what's my dad got to do with it?
Shop's in his name, innit?
Look, there's no other way forward. We still got to go to the police. I mean, say what's name's not finished. Say him and his mates knock off another dozen tonight. Where are we then, you and me?
Thorpe. Sergeant Thorpe. A friend of mine got punched in the face last night. Show me your knuckles. Both of you.
Hands on the sides, I think.
What, of the boat?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
No, no, at the back. The back, yeah.
Oh, that's it. Lower yourself in.
Right, you all right? Yeah, got the hang of it now.
Brian. What you going to use for a paddle?
We're going into that bank, Danny. Left. Which way's left? Which way's left is the one on the other side from your right, isn't it, for heaven's sake? Now some right. Oh, that was what I got. Walk the boat, Brian.
So, we take what we can get and we step lively out of here. Billy?
How much is mine out of that?
We split 4 ways after we pay for the boat. Come on.
I need more.
It's not my fault.
Short Boy's got cash. Let's wait for Short Boy.
We can't wait.
Right. We'll finish this outside. Come on.
Hang on. If it wants saying, it wants listening to, and that means all of us.
Tell your dog to stop barking and come on.
Come on.
Saw your dad. He's a sick man. Shouldn't be worrying about things like this.
It's got nothing to do with my dad.
It's shot, isn't it?
He'd give us the money.
Nice way of paying him back. Half inching all the videos in town. And punching a friend of mine.
We've done nothing, us.
Why weren't you surprised when I came in then?
We were on our way down the station to see that woman.
Oh, aye. And why was that, I wonder? To apologise for sticking one on her?
It wasn't us.
Of course it wasn't. But I think a little ride down the road will do you both good.
We can't wait. Look, Billy, next time the Manchester boys are going to go double or quits. Now pick quits.
I need what we said. I need $2 grand.
There's no chance, Billy.
I need it.
Okay. You're so smart. You know the school. You say what we do.
There's only 2 things to do.
What 2 things?
Wait for the right money.
And 2?
You hit her. It's your fault. I get your share.
Huh. Billy, shove it right up your nose. I wish you hadn't have said that, Colin.
In, out. Keep it up, girls. You're looking thinner already. Ha, 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 ha.
If I had any breath left, I'd tell him.
If I had any breath left, Brian, I'd be sick.
Oh, come on, Danny, bit of left here.
Sis! Come up here and steer. Come on!
He's got the phone short, boy. Get him to meet us at the wharf in the morning.
We'll send the kids.
Kid hasn't got enough cash, has he? Look, Trace, I need more. Cole's going to have a go.
I don't trust you, Bill.
Please yourself.
Danny! Danny! Come on! Come on!
In the bath, I'm soaked already.
What happened?
I don't know. We just used to go over, didn't we? We just
Oh, we
both
panicked.
legs.
Is that all right?
Look, leave it to Terry and me.
They might talk to me. There are more ways of opening a door than knocking it down.
Don't get shirty.
Then don't make me. I saw those two lads, and I've had a pound to a pinch of sugar. They're not bent.
Oh, they may not be bent themselves, but they may have bent mates.
It's the same thing.
Ask Sergeant Thorpe to come in, will you?
I'm sick to death of the attitude that looks at young people and assumes just because they're young, they're also criminals.
All we want to do is talk to them.
But if that's all we want to do, what are they doing here? I know why they're here. Because you think, and Terry Thorpe thinks. Come in. Do you think those two lads are bent?
No. No, I don't think so. They might be mugs, but I don't think they've done anything criminal on purpose.
What have they said so far?
Still jotting the details down. I wouldn't mind finding out what the connection is, though. Not just with all the ones here, but
What's that?
neighbouring towns, man.
No obvious links.
No connection at all.
These kind of jobs, normally they run up and down the motorway. Put a car on every exit, they're all yours. Look, let's have a talk to these lads, eh? See who their muckers are.
All right.
Yeah, we're having a chat with him just a moment, sir. Mr. Eden wondering where his lad Bobby is.
Stolen, Joe. Can you get me an ordnance survey map, 6 inches to the man?
Arthur, get the big ordnance survey map.
In my office, Arthur.
I think you're probably right, Danny. It'll be something or nothing. Still.
We were on our way down to see you.
Oh, aye. To say what?
Can I have a word with Bobby Eden?
What for? To check your stories much?
No.
Why then?
I never spoke to a fella, did I?
Which fella?
Him that come about video pirates. Look, he told Bobby Eden we were to say now to coppers. He said it was some, I don't know.
Just a minute. Are you telling me you had a visit from someone official who asked you not to say anything to the police?
Aye.
And didn't that give you cause for concern?
What?
Didn't you think it was funny?
Well, I didn't know, did I? There's never been one round before. How would I know?
I'll get the bells of Shannon from Janice, I will. Look at the time, Danny.
They could be anywhere, you know, Brian. Tied up for the night. Leave it till tomorrow, eh?
Yeah, I think we'd better.
Look, let me talk to Doyle.
Why?
I just want to talk to him.
Get your stories right.
Spare a minute, Terry.
Why don't you just tell him why all those people who had the videos pinched were on your shopping list? Or is it just a coincidence?
You knew my dad, didn't you? Used to play cricket.
Is your dad Stiffcliffe Eden?
Aye. Hey, why did they call him Stiffcliffe?
Well, if he hasn't told you, I'm not. How is he, Dad? He was a bit,
Oh, he's not so long to go, Mr. Beck. His lungs are full of boulders, Quack said. If you knew my dad, do you think I could be mixed up in out shady?
It's no guide, son, not these days.
Well, that's it, Bobby. Your mate's coughed a lot. You might just as well let us have your end to keep it straight, and we'll sew this lot up, no bother.
Can I ring my solicitor? I'm entitled to a phone call, am I not?
What do you want a solicitor for?
Well, if you'll sink low enough to think a story like that up, you'll sink low enough to hang it round our necks. My dad used to tell us to go and see Bobby if we were in bother. Well, times are changing. Doyle's as honest as the day is long. He's done nothing. And neither have I. And if you want to catch the robbers, I should get that lady copper in here. I'll talk to her.
I think those two lads were telling the truth.
Leaves us no farther forward any road. What's the map for?
I'm looking at the other places with large-scale losses of video recorders. I mean, it would take some cars to shift this lot up and down, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What's this? This blue line?
The canal mark.
It's a real possibility.
They'll need to transfer to a lorry somewhere to get the stuff to where they can sell it.
Yeah. Terry, cover a couple of bridges north and south of where they're likely to be.
Yeah, just in case they're moving tonight.
Right. So we'll grab them in the morning.
Yeah.
Sounds simple enough. I still think there's more to it.
Anne? Is that you, Anne? Anne?
What?
Is Billy there?
No.
Where's Colin, Anne? You let me out, you. I've got to go and find him.
In the morning. We'll go in the morning. Now shut your row, Tracy. We'll go in the morning.
You were on the canal last night.
Yes, ma'am.
Much traffic.
Couple of narrowboats, usual launches there, man.
Anything that could be used to transfer...
Ambulance service. A man's been found by the canal bank. Head injuries.
Accident?
They don't think so. Back of the head, and he was found on soft ground.
Morning.
We better go inside. One of you go down to the hospital, see what's going on. Talk to the ambulance crew and report back quick sticks.
I'll go. See you later.
Excuse me, miss. You hang on a minute. What? She's the one on the boat I was telling you about. I wonder if you could give us a little help.
Something happened to Colin Plant. Where is he?
You hit him, didn't you? I don't care, I just want to know.
I need his share.
Did you hit him hard?
I knocked him down.
Billy? Who was that? How about Tracy?
She's got no car and no bike. Come on, let's go.
Well, snuffed it. Right. Terry, come with me. Parrish and Kelleher went down, didn't they?
Yep.
Someone else.
Association of Film and Video Copyright Incorporated. Mr. Lineker.
Excuse me, sir. Ma'am, witness we found down by the canal. Kelleher thinks he saw her on a narrowboat. She's worried about a friend of hers who's gone missing, but she's not saying much.
Put her in the interview room.
Talk to the woman, Kate. Terry, come with me.
Could you wait in here?
In my
please,
office,
miss?
I think, George.
This way.
Would you two mind sliding in here a bit? Have either of you ever seen this card before?
I never seen it, me.
Looks like the one in from Video Pirates had.
What does he look like?
That's about so high. Fairish. Moustache. He had a tattoo on his hand.
We've a business to run, you know, missus. How we fixed for getting off?
You'll have to bear with me, I'm afraid. There's been a serious crime committed, and you can go when I'm satisfied you had nothing to do with it. Get down here to take statements from those two. In 3 minutes, come into my office and tell me that the man who was found on the canal bank is dead, and it now looks like murder.
All right, Mum. Danny!
But what were you doing on the canal?
Cruising. I told the sergeant. Look, the others will be worried. I'd better get off.
Whereabouts will they be? I'll get someone to drive you down there.
I'll manage.
What about your friend?
Sorry to butt in, Mum. That man, the one they found by the canal, he's dead. Never came round. Looks like murder.
Thanks, Joe.
That was a lousy thing to do.
I know. Someone beat the back of his head in. That was more lousy. I need you to tell me who did it.
Come on. Ring Johnny and tell him to get up here with trailer.
So you've been on the canal how long?
3 weeks, all told.
Coming through Padley, Halestown, Wilberley and Millenhall.
Stealing videos all the way.
Videos, yeah. Anything small we could lay our hands on.
What about your friend?
The man we found on the canal.
I knew something was up when he locked me in. I never thought. Billy Griffiths, the other bloke. He needed money more than the rest of us. He owes a moneylender in Manchester. He couldn't afford to hang about because Colin needed a policewoman.
That was me.
Have you known these characters long?
I've known Colin a long time. Is he dead?
Yes.
I suddenly thought maybe we're pulling a fast one. You're not, are you? I'd tell you anyway.
So, where will we find Griffiths?
John is coming in an hour with a van. Short boy had to go somewhere else, but he'll be along after when it's dark.
They'll know she's gone.
But they won't know she's running to us.
Yeah, but we're sure to tell them all the same.
I want to get close to those boats. This is murder. I want the lot. I want Griffiths, I want the other girl, I want the stuff back, and...
You want the dealer in case he's involved in the
I
lot?
do. Terry!
I know a way we can get down there.
Here.
Couple of nutters.
In, out, in, out. Shake it all about.
Stroke! Stroke!
Okay.
Stroke! Stroke!
Easy, lads. Fish in the net, Hartley. Griffiths, you're under arrest.
Stop him! Come here! Always right, right, sir.
Billy.
You mean you wanted to date this?
Well, through you. See if we can persuade you we're not all thugs.
Thank you very much.
And if it wants fettling, give us a bell. I'll get Short Boy to see to it.
Short boy?
Yeah, you know, Doyle. It's his nickname. See ya.
Something amiss, man?
That name, Short boy, rings a bell somehow.
Oh, it'll come back to you, man.
Next on Drama, we catch up with London's finest police The good folk of Sun Hill are on the beat. In the bill.
You should wash your walls down, Ernie. You what? You've got filth all over the walls, IRA filth. You should wash it off.
You're a bit touchy, aren't you, Billy Reed? What business is it of yours?
Was I talking to you?
You come back here from playing soldiers, tell us what to do.
Now, hold on, Frank, let
tell
it
us
ride.
what to do. What the hell makes you think you've the right to tell us anything? Come back on leave every verse and drink up, make bother our money you paid with. What for?
Tell him to shut his yap.
I'm not being told by a squaddy to shut anything.
Frank.
I'll tell him, never do a day's work. My lad Jack, your friend's been out of work this past year, him and all. You come back money to call yourself a soldier? Taxpayers' money. What do? Soldiers? Nothing. You never solved a thing back there. You want to clean the gents up? Do it yourself. Not worth the spit, any of you.
That's 20p to you, Constable. Oh, that is it. When you've been around here a bit, you'll get asked. Before then, you pay, son. 20p like anyone else.
Hartley to 6521.
Cow.
6521 to Hartley.
The milch cow. It's a fight. Someone's been hurt. They've called the ambulance. Sort it, will you?
Will do, Sarge. 6521 out.
Starting early, aren't they?
Yes, Mum.
Can he cope?
He'll have to. You know what their strength is. And Harry broke his leg in the game last Saturday. We're light.
Everyone's light. It's an epidemic, isn't it? I asked if Sims could cope, George.
Yes, Mum. Sure he can.
Keep an eye, eh?
Well, he may be green, but he's keen. He'll love it.
Ambulance is just away. Yes, Sarge. They're all here. Except the bloke who did it. Legged it. His wife, Sarge. Okay. Will do. Right, then. You lot could go for now. We'll likely want statements later. Well, go on then. For no reason, you said?
That's right. He just smashed the glass and straight into old Frank's face like that.
For no reason?
Nothing. He should be locked up and chuck the key away. Soldiers, animals.
Your opinion is that? Tell us what happened, love.
Repeat. He is dressed in a dark blue jerkin, blue jeans. He's 6 foot near enough. Short, fair hair. Reads a soldier, so watch it if you find him. He's just wounded a man.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I'm sorry.
And did my lad? Did he?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Reed. It's a fact, though. So I'd like the answer to a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm sorry.
Your son's a soldier, right? Home on leave? No, I need to know the name of his unit, his OC, all that.
No. Get his unit involved. What good's that going to do, Billy?
We'll have to know, Mr. Reed.
He's with the local lad.
I don't believe
Polly.
it. I just don't believe it.
Look, later on, perhaps. She's a bit upset. Later on. Now, if you don't mind.
So you took the girl back home?
They seemed a bit upset, Ma'am. Wouldn't say much. Not beyond what's in there.
No, well, I dare say you'd have been a bit upset if you'd been there. There's no record on Reed, is there, Joseph?
No, ma'am, nothing. I checked CRO. Nothing.
You did well, Constable. Fine. Thank you.
Ma'am?
Well, Joseph,
It's dodgy, ma'am. Soldier on the loose, a man injured.
is there anything from the hospital yet?
No, not yet.
I see. There's a general call out for him. We can't do much more, Joseph. We're not going to flush him out, are we? Just keep an eye open.
I could go up and have a word with his dad, I suppose.
You know him?
Not well, no. He keeps a decent loft of pigeons. Know him through that, really, I suppose, that's all. Still, we'll need to know when the lad comes home, won't we? It is serious, GBH. Not nice.
Go and have a word, Joseph.
Never talks about it, Mr. Beck. Not a word.
I don't know why they send our lads out there. Never did anybody any good. Always the same when he comes home.
Never talks about it. We have his wife living with us.
Are they, all right, you know?
She was afraid, that's all. 18 months cooped up with the army. She just didn't want to go back, that's all.
Did he?
Well, not much choice, had he? Not much round here. Take me, been a craftsman, out of work for 3 years, more. Not much choice round here. He went, didn't he? All right, he didn't have much choice, but he went. He's doing his job. He comes back here, sits about the house, fretting like, just fretting. Goes out for the first time, just for a drink. Then he goes and... I were kids with that fella.
Oh, Mr. Tompkinson?
Ah, Frank. His lad and Billy used to go around together. I worked with him. Well, I don't believe that, Billy...
What's he want?
Oh, it's just a few questions, love. This is Anne, our Billy's wife. Sergeant and I know each other.
Come in, love. We've just been talking about Billy.
Yes.
I need to know what happened, love. For his good, you see.
His good? For his benefit, is it, Sergeant? My Billy just took too much stick, that's all.
That's his job, love, isn't it?
I mean, he does Ireland for 18 months. Nothing much a soldier does, is there? Just follow orders, live like pigs, get spat on. Insulted not just by them over there, here too. Think he likes that? Think any of them like it? No chance, I can tell you. Come home to this. Sit days and nights not talking. We go out first time. Today. Your lot should know. Nobody wants you unless there's bother.
Thank you. We'll call back first thing. Oh, thanks, Joseph. I've just been in touch with his unit. His OC's on leave until tomorrow. Most of them are on leave. Those I want to talk to, anyway. Will his dad call us if he comes home? I thought not.
Just check with the hospital, Mum. Frank Tompkinson. Blinded in one eye, and the other one's dodgy.
We'll watch the house in case he comes home.
Right, ma'am.
We don't really have enough men, Mum. We'll light off this shift.
I want the house watched. Sims, perhaps. He'll love it, I'm sure. Keen, you said?
Well, I don't know if he's that keen.
And
I'll
check
tell
the
him.
other witnesses. We need to know if there was provocation. I'll talk to the girl. Make sure they realise how serious it is.
They said a policeman.
Yes, well, maybe they did. I'm it. Did they wake you?
You want him locked away, don't you?
Why don't you come and sit down? Anne, isn't it?
He had good reason.
Not to blind a man, he didn't. He had no reason to do that. That's right. Blind in one eye and might lose the other. Now I want to know about him. Everything about him.
Talk to his OC. He sees more of him than I do. I never see Billy from 1 month's end to the next half the time. Ireland, Germany, training courses here, there and everywhere. I never see him.
Go on.
There's nothing to say, is there? My husband lost his best mate this last tour, blown away. Then a bloke tells Billy he's not worth spit. It's what he's trained for, isn't it? Come back after 18 months over there, everyone on your back, everyone a possible killer, all that. God, come home and a bloke tells you you're not worth. Billy hasn't talked to me for... not properly talked since he got back. Thug's in uniform, isn't it?
Isn't he? Losing his temper like that. What are people supposed to think, Anne?
He's a nice bloke. Honestly. They'd let him alone. But they come back head cases. Lots of them. Wives I know said send them on R&R before they send them on leave. Let us pick up the pieces, don't they? Army teaches you one thing. Loyalty. I'm loyal to him. So if I knew where he was, would I tell you?
You rang, milady?
I'm off home, George.
Right.
Call me if Reed turns up. Oh, and relieve PC Sims in half an hour. He'll be frozen through, I shouldn't wonder.
Oh, look where the cat's dragged in.
Evening, all. Hello, Inspector.
Evening, Mr. Mills.
Bringing bad news, are you, lad?
Looking for it. Good story, isn't there? Soldier gone missing. Berserk. Takes off. Oh, what's going on, Inspector?
Nothing. We're pursuing routine inquiries, that's it.
Oh, come on.
See you in the morning.
Oh,
Night, Mr. Mills.
Cold fish, isn't she?
I'm busy, Ralph. On your bike, eh?
There's a man in hospital. Badly hurt. Soldier bottled him. Gone balmy, they say. True, is it?
Tell you what, Ralph. We've had 3 bikes nicked. A kid reported trying car doors up at the top of town. There's a family with bother at the other end of the housing estate. And we're also pursuing our inquiries about the soldier. Apart from that, and the fact that I'm half strength, it's an easy shift, this. Just put the wood in the hole, will you? There's nothing for the Gazette.
All that's locked away, Joe. You know me. Shown you where they were kept.
Ah, you say, Alan. Not a mark on the cupboard, and you say they were both locked away, valuable pieces. So the old lad, did anyone take them?
I always lock 'em up of a night time. Advised to do, aren't we?
Shotguns, rifles, 2.2s are a definite liability, Alan. Now you've lost 2.
Had 2 stolen.
All right, stolen.
So what are you going to do about it?
Not me. CID's their privilege. They'll be up later this morning, we'll look.
You mean have to go through it all again?
No, that's right. Just doing some checking on my own, that's all.
What for?
I never yet knew a farmer who wasn't careless with guns. Familiarity breeds and all that. CID will roast you, Alan, and no mistake.
I've done my duty. I reported 'em missing. That's what you're supposed to do, and that's what I've done. And I want 'em found, and you can find 'em. It's your job, innit?
They're a match Purdy's. Set you back a bob or 2, then.
Belonged to my father, they did. Had him insured, mind.
And you didn't see anybody about the place?
No.
What time do you find them missing?
About 10:30 last night.
10:30. You called us at 8 this morning. Grand that. Great help.
Oh, well, I'm busy, aren't I?
So now we've got 2 guns missing. Grand. Thanks a lot. You're not even sure whether the shell's gone with them.
You're jumping to conclusions. That farm over you, where is it?
About 11 mile across the tops from the B68, there.
And the guns were taken, well, noticed missing at 10:30 last night.
Yes, ma'am. He says.
And our lad was seen on the other side of town, just on 8.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that gives him 2 hours maximum to get from the other side of town and 11 miles across the moors to that farm. That's 11 miles across very rough country. It's hardly likely, is it?
I suppose not, ma'am. Just a thought.
They're valuable guns, Joseph. Not hard to sell. How much are they worth?
Maybe 10, 12,000. The pair.
Well, you could sell them for 5,000 then. Theft. For gain.
He is a soldier. Very fit.
I don't think even a fit soldier running over those moors would do the distance. That farm's on the edge of Inspector Buxton's section. I better give him a ring, tell him the guns have gone missing.
Right, ma'am.
He's going to love this.
If that's all, ma'am?
No, I talked to the lads before they go out this morning.
Come on, Sarge. What's the score?
Don't know what you're on about, Rob.
Still here, Mr. Mills?
I think he's just leaving, ma'am.
I shouldn't be too long, Joseph. Inspector Buxton's offered me lunch. That's what I thought. See you later.
She's got all your lads scouring the town for that bloke. A dangerous man on the loose, and she goes out for a lunch date. Well, we've a right to know. Is the lad a danger to the public? Have you any leads? Should people lock up and batten down?
I suggest you talk to Inspector Darby when she comes back. Now, you can either wait here or come back later. It's no skin off my nose. I don't know what you lads think you're about. You just want to stir up the pond if you can, don't you?
And you came back all eager and bushy-tailed, I suppose. Useful, was it, you reckon, Bramshill?
The course? Oh, it was great. Some of it hot air, perhaps, most of it very useful. Mind you, I'm glad to be back.
You were lucky.
Lucky? Oh, my shout, I think.
Oh, charm, over liberation.
Oh, that's not what I heard. Lucky, you said?
Getting the old section back. Not usual.
Just one lager, please, love.
These guns go missing. CID turned anything up? Usual, isn't it? Carelessness. Matched purdies. Some Arab will have them before you can see out. Tucked under his jellabby.
Better a rich Arab than some I could think of.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you, love.
Well, here's to you. It's time we had a proper chat. We should do it regularly. Patches adjacent and all that. Useful. I could probably help you.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heard you had a nasty GBH last night.
Midday, actually. They start early on our patch.
Got the bloke?
Didn't you hear?
No.
Stop fencing around, Harry. You know damn well we haven't got him. You can hear our net, you know the score.
You handle it on a section basis, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't. Soldier on a GBH. Dangerous.
I could ask you for help. You'd not thank me then, would you?
Ah, well, we're all sort of a bit stretched just now, Jean. You can pass it up, though. You've reason. If he's got the guns, you've damn good reason. See the chief super, get the firearms team in, put a full-scale alert out, nail him up.
If he had the guns, Harry, if, then I might.
You'd have no option, Jean.
As you say, but right now I don't think he has the guns. You know where that farm is. Well, our lad was spotted in town 2 hours before they were taken. It's just not on.
Better safe than sorry, in my experience.
I'm sure it is. I'm equally sure the chief super would love it if I brought him into our section with the whole team and we had no notion where the lad was. No. We'll find him first and then we'll deal with the situation that arises.
Well, don't blame me. My advice to you,
Yes,
Jean.
Harry, I know your advice. You bring them in now, and I say it's my discretion when I need to, I will. I'll tell you what I will do. When I do locate him, if I need any bodies on the ground, I'll give you a call.
Oh, thanks a bundle. Lunch. You're the beef, are you?
Yes, thank you. Looks nice.
I should think on, Jean. Give the super a go. Safe side, you know.
Well, then, Albert.
I don't know what to say to you. I'm sorry, of course. Not enough, though, is it? I mean, my Billy going and... I don't know what to say.
Happen you've more guts than he has. Coming here today. I'm a bit tired, like. Good of you to come by, though.
I feel ashamed, the nose.
I'd had a few, maybe. I don't know what I said to him, but... No cause for this, though. I'll not forgive him. I'll not, Albert. But he's a grown lad now. Not anything to do with you, is it? Have they charged him yet?
Haven't even found him. He's run. I don't know, I think he's unhinged. Island, maybe. I don't know.
Running won't help, will it?
Listen. You and your lad used to take him up on moors with your pigeons and that. Do you have any favourite places? Don't know what I mean.
You know him better than I do, for God's sake. Where he'd like to... You know, don't you? You know where he is. You see to it. Your problem. I've got enough problems now, haven't I? You know where he's likely to be. You turn him in. You sort it out for yourself, Albert, and leave me alone.
Good day, then.
Oh, Mum.
Later, Joseph. Inspector Darby for the Chief Superintendent, please.
There's a moral there, Helmshaw.
Sarge?
If you lunch with Inspector Buxton, you need a long spoon.
I just thought you should know the situation, that's all, sir. Yes, I realise that, sir. But you will back my action so far. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, sir. Sergeant Beck. Sit down, Joseph. I just had a word with the Chief Super. He wants speedy conclusions. His words, Joseph.
Ma'am?
He wants our soldier found, charged and banged up double quick. Now, Inspector Buxton's all for bringing in the firearms team negotiators, Uncle Tom Cobley and all. I think we'd be wasting their time at this stage, and the Chief agrees with me. We don't want our section swamped with outsiders, do we?
No, ma'am. It takes weeks to settle it down after one of them.
So, we'll need pressure on the family, Joseph. Real pressure. One of them will have an idea where he might be.
We haven't seen him. Go away.
I want to have a talk with Mr. Reed.
He's out.
Where? Grand, innit? You get away from the women up here, don't you? We all have the same problems. Woman runs our shop, same thing. Need to get out and about for a bit, clear the air, like. It's cold mine last night.
He'll survive. Soldier, isn't he?
Yeah. How was Mr. Tompkinson?
He was poorly. Just tried to say I was sorry, that was all.
Nice bird.
Ah, it is. greatly. It's a fine bird. I've often wondered why it is folk live in places like this keep pigeons, don't you?
She didn't go to Ireland with him this time, why's that?
Targets, I suppose. Couldn't stand it. Cooped up by the army. They're all right, him and her. Not wrong there. Oh, I know what my missus might have said, but she's wrong.
You do know where he's hiding, don't you?
Take no notice of him, Mr. Reed.
Just doing his job. His way. Wrong way, son. I saw Frank this morning and I didn't know what to say to him. I'm not going to shop my lad. I can't. I just can't.
It's for his good, Mr. Reed. Honestly, it's for his good. There's 2 guns gone missing. He might have them.
Guns?
Shotguns. Stolen last night. It's not likely, but it's a chance. I mean, what would a soldier do?
If you do know where he's hiding, and you don't say, Mr. Reed, you could be in serious trouble, concealing information.
Black and white, isn't it, son? Black and white. He knows, you might learn. Well, it's not black and white to me, lad. You came too soon, Sergeant Beck. I just come up here to think on. Now, I'd like to fly my pigeons. You can stay and watch if you want to.
You sure he knows?
Yes, ma'am.
He didn't tell you, though. Why not? Why not?
I don't know. Maybe the wrong approach.
That's not like you, Joseph.
I just got it wrong, I'm sorry. A man like Albert Reed, you take very gently. You don't push him.
Symbols. I'm sorry, Joseph, my fault.
He'll have learnt something, I wouldn't wonder.
We're not a damn training school. We want results, though, and quick. So we'll have them down here. Mr. Reed and the wife, I'll see them here.
Don't tell us. He'll be all right. Look after us, then.
Will he? It's 24 hours now, more.
They told me he might have a gun.
No.
Police told me this morning he might have a gun. If I knew where he was, lass, what should I do?
It's your son.
He's your husband. What should I do?
You do know, don't you? You do know where he is.
I know where he might be, huh?
You're asking me to tell you what to do? Turn him in, what happens to him then? They're not going to care, none of them.
Army might.
Not them, not now. Local bloke damaged by Billy, local police get him. What do they do to him?
If they don't get him, it could be worse. With a gun, he could be a real danger, so what am I going to do, lass?
I don't know. I don't want to know where he is.
I think you should know, lass.
You want me to turn him in, don't you? Not you. You can sit back, clean your hands, and it's my problem, right? I don't want to know. You know, you do what you think you should. Don't ask me to do it for you.
I'm going to tell you, lass.
Sergeant Beck back yet?
No, ma'am. Inspector.
You again?
Bad penny.
Yes. You better go through. When Sergeant Beck arrives, tell him to keep our visitors in the interview room.
Yes, ma'am.
Well then, Mr. Mills.
Just wanted to know how the manhunt was going.
You what? Manhunt?
This soldier gone mad. You found him yet?
We're looking for a man in connection with an assault, that's all.
He don't seem all that bothered. I mean, I understand he might have harmed himself by now.
I really do envy you, Mr. Mills. It's easy, isn't it? You dig around, draw some conclusions, print a story.
I just report the facts, Inspector.
Facts? Gone mad, you said. Got a gun, you said. They're not facts. It's your supposition you don't know. I don't know. Makes a good headline, though, eh? Mad soldier on run with guns. Great. And no help to him, to us, or to the community.
I'm here to get a story.
Yes. Well, we've had dealings with you before, Mr. Mills. Had cause to complain to your editor about your methods and your attitudes. You know, that's no surprise. But I would suggest to you that you'll get a lot more out of us on the basis of cooperation. Simple cooperation.
Is that a threat, Inspector?
Far from it. Good advice, I'd say. Yes. Hang on. Now, if you don't mind.
Shall see you now, Mr. Reed.
Please sit down, Mr. Reed.
Don't know what you want me for. I can tell you nothing.
We think you can, Mr. Reed. We have reason to believe you might know where your son could be. It's important we get to him.
I know nothing.
Very well. Just think on this. Your son is cold and tired and very scared, more than likely. He's been gone 24 hours. He can maybe go for another 24, and after that he's going to get desperate. Now, we do it our way. No one comes to any harm, and he gets sorted. We bring him in and see to him. Now, he's had a bad time in Ireland. Maybe he was provoked into attacking that man. I'm not excusing what he did, but there will be sympathy, believe me. He needs help, Mr. Reed. Now, do you know where he might be? Think before you answer. I'm not going to ask you again.
I know nothing. Nothing at all.
The Inspector will see you now. Come on.
Well?
Now, love, she's busy. Get him a cup of tea.
You must be busy, Sergeant.
Sorry?
Got a lot to do, I'm sure. Anne and I can manage, thank you. He's doing very well, your husband. I talked to his unit. They said he had a bad time this last tour in Ireland. Lost a good friend. You told me that, remember?
You're wasting your time.
No, I'm not. He's well thought of, well respected, and marked to go places. That's what they said. His OC was surprised, shocked, even. According to him, your Billy is a damn smart, switched-on soldier. His words. Now, we have to help him, Anne.
You just want to nail him up and shut him away.
I want to make you understand what the situation is. You're not a local girl.
What's that to do with it?
Oh, a lot. Up here, away from London, people are different. Up here, people have suffered. Watching the mills close, are still suffering. It makes them closer somehow. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it does make them different. They need their solidarity. His dad needs his mates. And your Billy has injured a local man. Now, some folk up here will blame his dad. Not talk to him, cut him out of conversations, blame him. Yes, they will. And if Billy does anything worse, it's going to be worse for his dad and Mrs. Reed. You see? Now, I know his dad has an idea where he might be, and I think you do. And I know you want him back. If I bring in the full force I could bring in, there might be a great deal of trouble. If I can get to him, talk to him, get him to come in, it'll be a lot easier all round for everyone.
He said he might have a gun.
I don't think he could have a gun. If he has, it's a different matter, I suppose. But all I want him to do is to come in quietly and face the music. There will be a lot of sympathy for him, believe me.
You'd go and talk to him. You'd get him.
I'll be there, yes. You too. Well.
His dad said, down by the stream there. He told me. Every summer he'd come here, down by the stream.
Better take a look, I suppose. Come on.
Good of you to come over. Not promising me.
We'll see. My lads can help. Round here, is it, then?
Supposed to be. No sign yet.
Who's that?
His wife. She told us. Eventually.
Sarge! Struth. Hold it, lads. We've found the tripwire.
Soldier him. Learnt a few tricks.
So, he is here. Or been here.
And if he's here, where would he be hidden up? Never on low ground, he's a good soldier. So, up the hill.
Right, Jean. I'll go and have a look. You could deploy the lads round the area, cut him off.
I promised his wife I'd go.
Oh, Jean, be reasonable.
I'm not even sure he's up there. I'll go. I said I would. So.
Can't go up there, love. Well, that's it then. Get the firearms team in. Let them sort it.
No! She promised! She promised!
Billy? Billy Reed?
It's time now. I want you to stand up and show yourself. It's time to stop now before anyone gets hurt. No one's going to hurt you. I'm not the enemy, Billy. I'm just trying to see you get some help. I just want you to come down and see your wife. Now stand up, Corporal. Let me see you. Put the gun down, Billy. Put it down. Your OC tells me you're a damn fine, switched-on soldier. Act like one, Corporal. I don't think you need the gun anymore, Billy. Put it down. Your OC says he'll stand by you. The army will stand by you. Help you. Best they can.
No, they won't. I've killed a man. They'll not stand by me. I've killed a civvy.
No, you didn't kill him, Billy. You injured him. Maybe you had cause. That's no cause to damage anyone else. Anne doesn't want you to. Your dad doesn't want you to. And I don't either. It's all over, Billy. Come on home, lad.
Nay.
I want you to put the gun down. I'm giving you an order, Corporal. Put it down.
Promises. A better life. Oh, yeah, well, my mate, he got blown away. Where's his better life? Eh? They, all of them, they make promises and none of them ever stick, do they? Well, sunshine oversees all that. No smoke, no back-to-backs. None of that. Sims, get him out of here.
Great, ma'am. Hardly by the book, but congratulations anyway.
Oh, I think I'm going to be sick, actually.
Next on Drama, we catch up with London's finest police. The good folk of Sun Hill are on the beat. In the Bill.
Why don't you shift on then?
National Council for How's Your Father wouldn't like that. Because what they're doing is exercising the right of freedom of speech.
What they're doing is obstructing the highway.
The only folk whose way they're in is their own. And with any luck it'll rain. I'll shift them faster than any bobby.
What's he on about, Sergeant?
We got a fella locked up. We reckon he's a robber. They reckon he's a prisoner of conscience or something.
George Donkin. Fellow who one-eyed, isn't he? Lived on Canal Street.
That's him.
He was at Parker's once.
Shouldn't be surprised.
Got away, though.
Huh?
Got parole for his old fellow's funeral. Went through the scullery window and off like a long dog.
Fascist pig!
Fascist pig!
Fascist pig! Fascist pig!
His old fellow a bad bugger and all. Nicked all the lead off the roof of the Episcopalian chapel.
Damn. Well, can't CID take him? He's their prisoner. I'd like him away as soon as you can take him. I've got a demo on my hands. Demo. Free George Donkin, OK? George Donkin is innocent, OK? So what are you laughing at? It's no joke. Well, they seem to believe it, and very loudly. As soon as you can, then. I'd like him gone. Roland.
Ma'am?
Tell Sergeant Beck the van's broken down. They won't be able to take the prisoner till after dinner.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell Sergeant Beck we shall have to feed him.
Right, ma'am.
Free George Donkin! Free George Donkin! He's innocent! Out!
Donkin's not going then?
Not yet.
You can't CID fetch him, he's their prisoner.
That's what I said. And look what's here.
Oh, that one.
Who is he?
Stringer for one or two of the Nationals. Name's Duckworth.
I've heard of him.
Freelance. Used to work on the News Chronicle.
It was years ago, the News Chronicle.
So was he. Years ago.
What about this? Donkin?
George Donkin is not innocent, OK? He's a villain.
Is he?
Loser anyway. Always has been.
What I mean is, why should a girl like her come out on the street for a loser like him?
Well, it passes the time until she can pick up her social security.
That's too easy. What I mean is...
Oh, now, don't say it. Maybe she cares.
Maybe she does.
Yeah, well, I care too. About the fellow in the betting shop whose noddle Georgie bust. All for the getting of what? £39, was it? And 63 pence?
What is that between a third-rate thief from Canal Street and her?
Melisande Duffy. Her father's big in the travel business, right? Manchester firm. He's doing very nicely, thank you, because he's very good at what he does, which is packaging the punters off to Majorca. What he sells is escape.
Oh, now don't you go all Freudian on me, Sergeant Beck.
And George Donkin is not at all good at what he does, which is knocking over betting shops and such, which is why we've got him banged up in our slammer. Question, George.
I have the right to remain silent. I have the right to the attorney of my choice.
Have you been watching Hawaii 5-0, George, or did Sister Anna tell you?
Sister Anna?
Who carries the banner? George Donkin is innocent, OK?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't ask her to.
You've always been a bloke to duck your nut. Clear the sheet. Make a plea of mitigation, my lord, I never had a chance, and do your bird like a gentleman. So what have you ever been to that one that she should reckon you a cause for concern?
Yeah, well...
What?
I went to seminars, didn't I?
You what?
Went to seminars. Marxist, Leninism, and the New Awareness.
Bloody hell.
Every Friday night at the Rechabite Hall.
George, You know I'm not supposed to talk to you about what you're charged with.
Running dog of the capitalist bosses, you are. She said so.
The Rechabite Hall is bang across the street from where you went in with your pickaxe handle and your stocking over your head. Marxist Leninism and the new awareness be buggered. You were staking the place out. Question, George.
Judge's rules, Sergeant Beck. Nothing to say.
What do you want for your dinner? Cod and chips or pie and chips?
What's on then? And I go to court?
Tomorrow, I reckon. Pie and chips or cod and chips.
Are you going to Zabo's for them?
Why not? Best chipper there is, Zabo's.
Sergeant Beck.
Make your mind up or he'll be closed.
Fish, then.
Right.
What's the chance of bail?
You having knocked over a betting shop? 100 to 7 against, I'd say.
You'll oppose, will you?
Not me, George. Up to CID.
But you could put a word in.
Why should I?
Something you might want to know.
What?
About Zabo.
Ah.
I know something you ought to know. You ask him what he's got in his backyard.
Why?
Because what he's got in his backyard is dead unlawful. Hungarian, isn't he?
So?
Just you ask him, Sergeant Beck, what he's got in his backyard.
Hello, Joseph.
None of your rock salmon, Peter. Your best, if you please. We have a guest.
Who, Joseph? Somebody I know.
What villains would you know?
Two, maybe 3.
What villains do you know who are as dim as a Toc-H lamp?
Eh?
Thick as a can of paint. Stupid.
With one eye?
With one eye.
Ah, him. What's he done this time?
Robbed a betting shop.
So, you're going to soften him up, Joseph, are you? Make him confess. Well, I can tell you, there are surer ways than by being gentle.
You should know.
I do. In Budapest, there were an avo. That was the secret police in Hungary. He put a bucket over my head, and he banged the bucket. With a hammer. All night long.
What had you done?
Not so much.
Shot a commissar, had you? Brewed up a rusky tank?
So, Joseph, you want to make your man talk? Put a bucket over his head and clang it with a hammer.
I doubt my inspector would approve. Anyway, it had to be him. I mean, you know the hood he had over his head to hide his face? He'd only cut out the one eye hole, do you see? I mean, if you've only got one eye, why would you want 2 eye holes?
Poor fellow.
Yeah, poor fella. You going to be here this afternoon?
Sure.
How long have I known you often?
Long enough. Why?
Not so many folk I can talk to these days. You get shut away, do you see, from folk? Shut in.
Shut in?
From folk, by the job. My job.
Well, come round then. We'll have a beer.
Peter, when they put that bucket over your head and clanged it with a hammer to break you, did they?
But who is your inspector?
Sir, Inspector Darbley.
Well, will you tell Inspector Darbley that on a matter of public concern, Inspector Darbley should talk to the press? Yes?
As to that, what the public interest is, you and I may not agree. I'm Inspector Darbley.
Devil you are. I
know who you are. You were on the News Chronicle once. Now, a matter of public concern, do you say?
Yes. You've a man locked up.
Who will appear in court charged with robbery. He may then apply for bail.
Which the police will oppose.
And ask for legal aid. More than that, nothing to say.
Inspector, you do understand, don't you? There are those who would say that the arrest of Mr. Donkin...
was an act of naked political repression.
Exactly. So, could you confirm, Inspector, or deny that as a member of a Marxist-Leninist cell...
Study group.
The man you have in your custody was under the surveillance of the Special Branch?
Would you care to come into my office? The gentleman of the press. No one else.
Yes, ma'am.
No. And what does she call you?
Bentley. Constable Bentley.
Is that a name, Constable Bentley? Or is it a shield?
A shield?
Behind which you hide. What does your girlfriend call you?
Girlfriend, haven't got one.
Well now, what a waste of life. So what do you do when you're not locking people up?
Look, miss, I don't think you and I ought to
What?
talk like this.
Why not? There are things I could say would make you see yourself for what you really are.
I know what I am.
Do you, Constable Bentley?
Look, I've got work to do.
Such work, though.
It's what I do.
Why?
Because.
You've never really thought, have you? Why don't you take off that uniform
Hey?
and go?
Where?
Wherever. Away.
I've never really been anywhere. Much.
Where I live. That would be a place to start.
Bentley? When she's done with you, you'll maybe know. A bed sit in Talavera Street, which is where she lives, is not the gateway to paradise, nor ever will be.
Talk to the press officer at division. Talk to the detective on the case. No more that I can say.
Not, off the record?
There's no such thing as off the record between you and me.
Me, you don't know.
Reporters, I know.
Hack, am I?
Your word, that, not mine.
The fact is, lady, I need this story.
Off the record.
Off the record?
There is no story, and you know it. Surveillance by Special Branch, you know damn well all he is a thief.
Who got older and got caught. Every bloody time he got caught. And the girl's just a silly female, spoilt rotten. Ought to have her bottom smacked, who's got herself hooked into this George Donkin is innocent okay, just so she can spit in the face of her family. Is that how you read it, Inspector Ma'am?
I doubt that's how you write it.
Off the record.
Off the record.
I've got a mortgage. I've got a second-hand Datsun going rusty. I have to do the best I can with what I get. Maybe some editor somewhere will read my byline and remember me, what I was.
When you're on the News Chronicle.
Years ago, that. Even so...
There is nothing for you here, no story.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Lost an eye when he was wounded on D-Day with the commandos.
Hell, he did. He was blowing a safe. Stuffing Juliet night into a keel, blew up in his face.
Oh, but the story is... My story is... In the dreaded top-security jail at Parkhurst, he read the writings of Pierre Proudhon and was greatly influenced by Proudhon's great work, The Philosophy of Property. Home again, at last, in Canal Street, he was befriended by civil rights activist Melisande Duffy, daughter of a wealthy local businessman, who saw in him the true dignity of a man seeking to escape from the shifting sands of crime.
How would you like to take orders from a woman?
I take me officers as I find them. And I have served under worse.
How long, Joseph, since you last came to call? Just to talk.
Weeks, must be.
Why today?
Why do you ask?
I were expecting you. One of you.
Why's that, then?
You will tell me, Joseph, I'm sure, in your own good time.
I have wondered about you.
What?
How come you fetched up here?
I like it here.
What I mean is, just you on your own.
Hasn't always been like that.
Married, were you?
You should read my file, Joseph. Taken from when I were interrogated by your special branch. December 56.
Before my time.
When we got to England.
You and who got to England?
Me, my brother.
Wife? Got left, did she?
I was the one who got left for some fellow in Watford who played the saxophone.
I'm sorry. What about your brother?
That's what you came to ask.
Why should I?
That was him. But he's dead now. A week ago, last Wednesday, in a field near Wolverhampton. Broke his neck.
There's current affairs, laddie. Current affairs, laddie. I know the Beeb from my days on the Cron could get you on television. Interview with Robin Day. Nationwide, even. And Donkin will be sub judice till he gets weighed off of the Crown Court, which will give us time to write the book. Paperback. What do we get for a paperback? Say, 3,000 at home? Unless he gets off.
Gets off?
Gets away with it.
What the bloody hell are you talking about? George Donkin is...
Innocent, okay. But what I mean is, lady, there's no mileage in George Donkin is innocent okay for you or for me if the jury says George Donkin is innocent. Okay? Oh, come on. What's it to you if the poor Dumbo's innocent or not? As long as he's a drum you can bang in the nation's ear hole. And what else have you got? I mean, it's all been done. Votes for women. If you ask me, the country's gone to the dogs ever since women got the vote. Ban the bomb. Gay bricklayers against the common market. Where do you go from here? I mean, what else is there?
You are a sexist, blood-sucking reactionary.
Yes. Yeah, I expect so. But the point is, lady, the likes of you need the likes of me, because what you need, what you've got to do, is expose yourself. Right? And furthermore, you need an angle. Some angle.
Some act. Non-violent. Symbolic of the struggle of man against the apparat of police and state.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Lady, you'll think of some damn thing for sure.
Not a bad bloke, you. For a foreigner.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm sorry about your brother. What you got in your yard?
Who told you?
A one-eyed villain we both know. Ask him what he's got in his backyard, he said.
I'm glad it were you who came, Joseph. Come on, I'll show you.
Bloody hell.
What do you think?
What I think is, that's a bear? We don't get many bears hereabouts. And what the law is, I'll have to see. But you can't keep him. Not here.
What else should I do? He was a good bear in his time. Should I have him put down?
You'll maybe have to, aye. Unless some zoo would have him.
I think not, Joseph. He's old, you see. His temper is not so good. What will you do?
What I must, my friend. But not as swift as I maybe should, eh? Give you time to make an honest animal of him.
Scheduled to the Dangerous Wild Animal Act 1976. Orsidae. This kind includes the polar bear, brown bear, and grizzly bear. What kind of bear did you say it was?
Not much of a bear as bears go. Quite an ordinary sort of bear, it seemed to me.
No person shall keep any dangerous wild animals...
Except under licence from the local authority, which he ain't got.
So what you must do is take the bear to a proper place and then apply for a licence.
Which he won't get. I mean, would you give him a licence to keep a bear in a yard behind a fish and chip shop?
Can't say I would. Zoo. Maybe some zoo.
That's what I said. So I rang this curator of mammals, didn't I? Good day, says I. We have here not much of a bear. To be honest, a mangy and flea-bitten old bear with no great sense of humour. What shall we do with him? Give him a very wide berth, says he, because one day when you're not looking, he'll up with his paw and strike you hip and thigh, and there will be great slaughter. Beg your pardon, ma'am, but it's what he said. He said have the poor beast put down.
So, tell this fish and chip shop man.
I did, but he won't.
Oh, if the law says he must have the bear put down, then he must.
Must is a word that might come a touch hard to a man who swam the Danube once in the middle of winter with a Russian armoured division up his backside. But that was a long time ago. And who's to care now?
To keep this bear, he must have a licence.
Only he's not a man who reckons much to licences.
He must have a licence from the local authority.
Not a man who cares that much for local authority.
Oh, Joseph, you see to it, eh?
I'd as soon it weren't me.
Bentley, then?
Bentley, then. I'll tell him.
Joseph,
Ma'am.
this may sound a bit naive, but your friend couldn't have got from any old pet shop a bear. So where did he get it?
From his brother.
Of course. From his brother.
Who was in a circus. Tumbler in a circus. Only he broke his neck during the matinee a week ago, last Wednesday, in a field near Wolverhampton. And he died. And so did the circus.
I have reason to believe that you have in your possession an animal which is a dangerous wild animal, as defined in the schedule to the Dangerous Wild Animals Act of 1976. That is to say, a bear. Do you have a license to keep such a bear granted to you in accordance with Section 1 of the Act?
No.
Well...
You have to report me.
Yeah. Sorry.
Why should you be sorry for doing your duty?
Well, I'll just report the facts. Do you wish to say anything? You're not obliged to say anything, but anything...
Don't ask me, Sonny. Ask the bloody bear. Only when you do, don't stand too close, huh? What now?
Oh, I just report the facts.
What then?
Sergeant Beck said to say that you could apply for a licence.
I wouldn't get one, I think.
You could appeal to the magistrates.
Even so, you know and I know. In the end, they will take my dead brother's old bear and put him to death, won't they?
So, here you are.
Yeah.
How did you find me?
Oh, you know, not difficult to find you.
So, here you are then.
Yeah.
Does your inspector know?
No?
No.
Why should she?
Why indeed should she? Drink?
Yeah.
Martini. You look like a martini man to me.
Oh, yeah, like in the telecommercials, eh? In the Alps, all that.
Sun, snow, and all those girls.
Have you got any,
Vodka?
No, lager and lime.
No.
Vodka'll do fine.
Za vaše zdarovia.
Right.
To the golden road to Samarkand.
Where is that?
Well, you won't get there in a number 9 bus.
Well. Well, you look a bit different from you did this morning on the street.
That was this morning. To show solidarity with a comrade in a conflict situation against the mercenaries of reactionary materialism, which is what you are. And that we shall have to change, won't we?
I don't know about that. What you just said.
Not about anything much, do you?
Oh, yes. Couldn't do the job that I do and not come to know.
What?
Things.
What things?
Odd things.
What? Odd things?
Odd things folk do.
Tell me.
Yeah, you...
Well, I wouldn't believe you if you did tell me. What odd things that folk do?
Oh, would you believe this bloke that I saw today, what he's got locked in his yard? Locked away in his backyard.
What has he got? Locked away in his backyard.
Hey, hello.
I have to see your inspector.
Not about last night, is it?
Well, should it be?
No, it's just with you coming in here.
About last night, I have no complaints, if that's what you mean.
No, I forgot to thank you before I left for the drinks and all.
That was last night. Now I have to see your inspector.
Well, we've got a bit of trouble on. You know what I told you about that bear?
Don't worry. I won't say who it was who told me.
You are?
I shan't say who it was who told me.
Morning. If you want Comrade Donkin, he's gone and won't be back up for remand this morning.
Sergeant! I have a statement to make to your inspector.
We do have rather a panic on.
What I have to say is to do with freedom.
Not a lot of it.
Freedom for all creatures oppressed by their chains.
What I have done was so that the attention of the media might be focused upon the ongoing struggle for the freedom of the individual against the so-called guardians of the so-called democracy at this moment in time. And this is your statement, is it what you want to say?
Yes.
Of course, you don't have to say it unless you wish. But how did you know the bear was there? I mean, we didn't know until yesterday, so who told you?
George, I suppose. George Donkin. Well, why not? It was him who told me. Something unlawful in the yard, he told me.
So you, at dead of night, with these, set the creature free?
I've told you. So that the attention of the media might be focused on the...
Yes, you on your own did this.
George was in the slammer at the time, banged up. So for once, just for once, George Donkin is innocent, okay?
Was it George who told you?
What? Told me?
About the bear, the poor bloody bear. Something you ought to tell me, is there? You, yeah? Who told the girl?
Sergeant.
You better hope nobody gets hurt.
Does Mum know?
Shouldn't reckon so. Yet.
Good day, then.
What?
Go away. There are things I have to do.
You mean I'm not
under arrest? No, why should you be? A summons is good enough for you. You'll be summoned.
What the hell use is that?
Summoned in due course to the Court of Summary Jurisdiction. Two housewives and a retired grocer. Not at all the Old Bailey, but maybe you should have pulled some caper with a touch more panache, yes? Like hijacking some huge great Boeing and flying to Cuba or the Isle of Man or somewhere, if what you want is your name in the
What
papers.
I want is you lock me up.
Well, I am sorry to disappoint you, but I am not here to aid and abet your pathetic little ego. And now I have other business to attend to, so good day.
You're going to tell the sergeant, or shall I?
For myself, lad, it'd come hard to have to tell a woman what a woman can do to a man just by being a woman. If you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean?
I think so.
Tell her then if you must. It'll serve you right.
Hey, come on, let's Dave, get the ball! Come on!
Nothing over there?
No, it appears not. Should we try over there?
Right.
Come on! Come on! Open the ball. Yeah. Oh.
Reported scenting, ma'am. Just come in.
Right then, Joseph. We're on our way.
Is he onto it?
Seems to be, Mom, yes.
You're not shoot deer here unless you must.
Yes, Mom.
You should have made her lock you up. I mean, where's the allegorical significance? Where's the mileage for Marxist-Leninism in you not getting banged up in a slammer for setting free a poor dumb animal? Where's the police brutality?
Well, you do see, don't you? The letting it free was just a cry to be heard.
Twang it on your guitar, lady. Let me out of my cage, and to hell with whom I might hurt. Lady, we've all got our cages. My cage is I owe money all over, and I'm not so good now at what I do, and won't ever be any more. What cage is yours?
So what now?
For you, darling, not a damn thing now. For me,
Where are you going?
I've got a story to file. Maybe, if somebody gets hurt trying to shove Winnie the Pooh back into his cage. Keep in touch.
Hey, you kids, get off!
Dead? I'm sorry.
Ma'am,
Not now, Roland.
if you please, ma'am, I think I should explain something.
What? Something to be said that you should know.
All right. Come into the office.
Next on Drama, we catch up with London's finest police. The good folk of Sunhill are on the beat. In the Bill.
Oh, it's George Parrish. Sorry to ring you at home, but there's a lady at the counter asking to see you. She says she knows you. Says her name's Joan. Well, she's 25-ish, smart, good looking. Oh, she says she's Derek's girl. Yes, ma'am, I'll tell her. Yeah, I'll fix it. Well, I've spoken to the inspector. She says she'll be along in a couple of minutes. Would you like a cup of tea while you're waiting?
Very nice. Yes, please. No sugar, thank you. Doesn't seem very busy.
Oh, it gets pretty busy sometimes, you know. Fridays and Saturday nights. I'll get a brew, Sarge.
You're a friend of the inspector?
You could say that.
Through the job?
In a way.
Hers or yours?
Both.
I see.
That's the deal, though. I'm being straight with you.
I don't know anything.
Give it me again.
Well, they came round for Derek. Said they wanted him for this job. A safe blowing it is, a big one, a fur shop in the city centre.
And?
Derek said he wasn't interested, but they kept on at him.
Why Derek?
Well, they need someone who's good with jelly. They're in a rush. It's got to be soon. Can you help me, please? If Derek gets sent down again, we're finished, him and me. I love him, Kate.
It's the old team.
Just the same. Jimmy Stanley, Albert Rogers, and that animal, Fred Cooper.
Derek's old mates.
Well, not now, they're not. He doesn't want to know.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. We've cleared out of the flat to get away from them, but they'll find us just the same. I need help, Kate. Remember what you said?
I remember, love. I owe you. I'll help you, but I want something out of it. I'll do what I can for you and Derek, but I want bodies. I want a lock-up out of it. Welcome to the thriving metropolis of Hartley.
Kate.
Ryan,
Okay.
grab a chair. Joe, can you rustle up a brew for our visitors, please? Oh, not the best, China. I have been known to break things.
Well, I must say, you look very smart in that uniform, doesn't you, Brian? Cracking.
If you're going to be schneid, I won't tell you what I've got for you.
Cooper, Rogers, and Jimmy Stanley on a plate, you said on the phone. Ah, you couldn't keep quiet about that, Kate. I know you better. Come on, what have you got?
Well, I've not got too much, really. They're planning a big job which involves a safe blowing. It's a Furrier's in Rochdale. I don't know when, but it's soon. They've got somebody on the inside setting it up, so it'll have to be handled very discreetly.
Sounds promising.
Remember Derek Halloran?
He was running with them before.
That's him.
Jelly man.
Oh.
I'm told he's going straight. But Cooper and company are trying to put the arm on him. They need him for the safe blowing. He doesn't want to know. He skipped his flat to get out of it.
And this job's all set up?
My informant says so.
So they've got to get a replacement.
And soon.
Won't be easy.
Unless they get help. Thank you, Danny. Put them there.
No.
Come on, Brian.
Can we use Halloran?
No. For one thing, I've given him a guarantee he'll be kept out of it. For another, he'll be too terrified to be relied on.
Oh, any ideas? Brian?
What we need is somebody who's totally reliable with a good working knowledge of explosives. Then all we have to do is plant him.
He'd have to have more than his share of bottle. They're our team, and dangerous. They'd maim anybody they suspected grassing.
Central heating? All place to be overhauled, top to bottom. And some new radiators. 4 days they've given us. Ridiculous.
Starting when?
Starting now.
Now? Don't we get any notice?
It were tendered for 8 months ago. We wrote to you last week to tell you we'd be starting today. Still, if it's inconvenient...
No, now you're here. Better get going.
Right. Where?
Where?
Where do we start?
Oh, you best start down that corridor there. That should be the least upset.
Right. Let's get moving then.
Well, I know there's none of our squad will do. How about getting someone from 3 district office? They might have an explosive expert, could do it.
I can give them a ring, but I don't think Cooper and his mates will swallow a plant.
But we've got to give it a go.
They'll be desperate to find a substitute. They may take the bet.
Finding a credible plant is not the... As I was saying, finding the right man is not going to be... Good God.
Central heating overall, ma'am. Seems we should have been told.
How long are they here for?
At least 4 days, they say, ma'am, barring strikes, lockouts, demarcation disputes and the like. Most of the work's upstairs. It's a pity they have to start outside your office.
My feeling exactly, Joe. Would you move this, please? Yep.
And how long will he be away? No, that's too late. Cheers. There was a guy in 3 districts who would have done. But we couldn't have him till the day after tomorrow.
Oh, that's no use. Have they no suggestions?
Only daft ones.
But come on, think. We've got to find somebody.
Given time, we could come up
Yeah,
with
well,
an answer.
time's the one thing we haven't got.
Give me a couple of hours.
Now, do you have somebody in mind?
Just a thought. First, I've got to sell it to him.
Well, do your best. We've got a couple of calls to make, haven't we, Brian?
No need to rush. They won't be open yet.
Well, that's never been a problem, has it, Kate? Shall we say 4-ish here, then?
Right.
I must say, Kate, you certainly know how to make people feel welcome.
Danny, Sergeant Beck.
Went out a couple of minutes ago, Mom. On foot in town centre. Shall I call her?
No, I'm slipping over to Crown Court, then home for a bite of lunch. Stay ready, cause tell them to get back to me. I'm looking. When Sergeant Beck gets back, ask him to phone me. Put a note on the board if I'm wanted. Crown Court or 683140.
Job very well done. Congratulations.
Hello, Kate. You missed the main event.
Missed it? So soon? I thought you'd have only just started.
Called on and finished.
And?
Very little for me to do, thanks to you. He pleaded.
He what?
He pleaded. Jeremy Quigley was representing him. I had a little chat with Jeremy. He advised his client he had no defense, and he admitted all the charges.
Wow, that's a turn-up for the book. I thought we'd have had a real battle. It was hardly a 50-50 job, as you know. And he's never admitted to anything in his life before.
Then you must allow me some of the credit. In the event, he was given 3 years immediate imprisonment, which I think is about right.
Barely enough, but we must be grateful for small mercies. I never thought he'd have pleaded guilty. He must have really worked the oracle on Jeremy.
We aim to please. Kate, how about you joining me for a bite of lunch to show your appreciation?
Sorry, Nigel, I'm a bit pushed for the moment.
You're very elusive, aren't you, Kate? I suppose you do take time off for lunch?
Another time. Thanks for the invitation and for the conviction. See ya.
How about dinner sometime?
Fine, ring me.
You're early, Georgie.
Mother-in-law's day to visit.
Say no more, my old mate. Is there a brew on?
You seem particularly pleased with yourself.
Every dog must have his day, George, and today is this particular dog's day of days.
How come?
Early on, the Queen Bee returned unexpectedly to the hive and caught this particular drone banked to rights.
Oh, again?
Again. Tea and biscuits on the counter.
You can't learn, do you? You know how she feels about that sort of thing.
She's got second sight or something.
So? What's the good news?
Have you seen the corridor to her office? No. When you have, you'll know. Pour us one, will you? I've got a phone call to make.
683140. Hello? Who is that?
I am your friend, and I am very much admiring of you.
I'm thinking that is very nice when I am knowing who you are.
I know you. You are a very sexy lady.
Who is this?
And I am telling you that what I would want you to do is on her.
You filthy pervert.
What do women find to talk about for so long?
Hello.
683140?
Yes?
Miss Longton?
Yes?
It's Joe Beck, ma'am. There's a message for me to ring.
Oh, yes, Joe.
You all right, ma'am?
Yes, thanks, Joe. I was just daydreaming. Are you busy?
No, nothing pressing. I was just going up to the pack horse, you know, on the tops. They've been a bit slow clearing at lunchtime, so I was just going up to give them a reminder.
Fine. Pick me up on the way. I'll come up there with you. Pull up here, Joe. I'd like a word. I fancy plain clothes work, Joe.
CID? Not my scene. I could do it, mine, better than some I know.
I'm sure you could. That's why I want to put you forward for a job.
CID?
No, not really. You worked down the pit before you joined the force.
Yeah, nearly 8 years. Wouldn't go back for all the tea in China.
Shot firer?
That's right.
Know how to handle explosives, then?
Yeah. Every day for over 3 years.
You still remember?
It's like riding a bike, you never forget.
Bit frightening, though. Gel ignite and that.
Safe as houses, if you know what you're doing.
How do you feel about dropping out of the police force for a short while? A few days, mixing with villains, living in crummy digs likely, taking risks. I want to put you forward for an undercover job, Joe. In another force area.
Why me?
You need someone who knows about explosives. A reliable copper who can act a part convincingly. You to a T, I'd say.
When do I start?
Just like that.
I'm due some time off. From what you say, it'll be like being on leave. I've often thought that about CID anyway.
There are risks, Joe. The team involved are very hard.
Don't be misled by appearances. Underneath this, there's rippling sinew and muscle trained to perfection.
I hoped you'd take it on. Would you believe I'm jealous? Beats harrying licensees for a living. When we get back, go home as usual, and then we'll meet for a briefing with Crime Squad, my office at 4. And Joe, not a word about this to anyone. It's essential nobody suspects what you're on. The whole operation and your safety depend on it. So, not a word. Not even George Parrish. Nobody.
George won't like that. But I will.
And that's as much as we know. This is the team. James Roger Stanley, known as Jimmy, CRO in 1971, burglary, deception, taking vehicles. Just done 3 for burglary, been out about 4 months. He's a bit of a no-mark, he's not a good thief. But he's brother-in-law to this one. Albert Arthur Rogers, known as Albert, CRO in 1969. There's a couple for burglary, several woundings, a fray. Worked a protection racket of sorts that he got 5 years for it. He's only been out about 10 weeks. Now, he's evil, very violent. No cunning, but dangerous. But this one's the king. Frederick Richard Cooper. Now, he's bad news.
Come in. Yes, George. What is it?
Oh, just wondering if you and the visitors wanted a brew.
No, thank you, George. George?
Yes, Mom.
Please see that we're not disturbed.
Yes, Mom. Sorry.
Yes, Freddie Cooper. He's only been convicted twice. Only one of those was for a decent job. Armed robbery that won him 5. He's lived off crime for the past 15 years, to my knowledge, and lived pretty well. On 3 other occasions, he was charged and acquitted. Witnesses mysteriously suffered from loss of memory or just disappeared. Now, he's the one I want most of all. But watch him. He's no fool.
Where is Derek, then?
Doesn't his wife know? She's gone with him. We'll get him.
When? It's got to be before the weekend. The money will be shifted. The man says there's more than 100 grand. The law will go wild. The law won't know. Most of it's a tax fiddle. It won't even be reported. I'm not going to let this one get away. So find him. He's the only one I know good enough to do this job. And Albert, get some ale in.
So we go. You got a light? You want to watch that? Could be dangerous.
Come in.
Can I have a word, Mom?
Yes, George. What is it?
Joe Beck, Mom. He's been struck off the duty sheets. Is he sick or something?
No, George. He's away on a job.
Oh, I see, Mom. Will he be away long?
Long enough. I can't say any more than that.
Only he's the nights next week. I was just wondering, will he be back or do we re-roster?
I honestly don't know, George. Take it that he won't be back and do whatever's necessary. And, George, don't make a big issue out of it, please.
No, Mom.
All right, Albert? All right. Half a bitter. Have you seen him around? Seen him, Albert?
No, I've not seen him in here.
Hello, Freddie. If he comes in, give us a bell. Could be worth your while.
What's he done then? Murder? Hey, he looks bad enough.
Blew a safe up north. Tied up the watchman. Heard he was hereabouts. He's a very good explosives man. And I want him. Sure he hasn't been in?
No, not while I've been here. Try the mitre. That's where the scruff get to.
I'm starting at the top and working down.
Where the hell's that Derek?
Hey up. Look who's over there. That's the bloke the law was after.
So?
Well, he's a safe blower.
Yeah, I heard.
We could cut him in.
We could. It's worth a test. Get after him, Bert. Find out where he lives. And give them a ring.
Give him a ring?
Yeah. Let's see. You never know.
What do you want? It's all right, love. My little dog's just run off and he nipped through your door. Little black and white terrier. Have you seen him? Rusty? Come on, Rusty.
Well, I haven't seen any little dog around here. Black and white, you say?
That's right.
Well, why'd you call him Rusty?
Wife wanted a brownie.
Well, I haven't seen any little dog around here. How old is he?
That your back door? You might have nipped out through there. Rusty! Come on, lad! Rusty!
Rusty? Rusty? Are you looking for Rusty? He's not in here.
You're a bit late going off, George.
Oh, wanted a word, Mum.
Come through. Sorry you've been waiting, George.
Oh, I was just wondering about Joe Beck, Mum.
Why?
Will he be back by Saturday from wherever he is?
I don't know, George. Why?
Well, he should be working Saturday evening. I've been covering for him, but on Saturday I've arranged to take the wife out. I was just wondering...
George, fishing can be most unrewarding, particularly when you've no bait on your hook. I know you've been covering for Joe, and I appreciate it. I don't know when he'll be back, but you can go ahead with your plans for Saturday. I'll cover.
Yeah, but there'll be no sergeant on till 10 p.m, Mum.
If you don't think I can cope, George.
Oh, no, I'm sure you can, Mum, but...
If you're happy, this section will go to the dogs in the absence of a sergeant for a few hours. That's settled.
Thank you, Mum. How's this job of Joe Beck's going?
George!
Sorry.
I'm sorry, too. It's strictly a need-to-know situation. And at the present time, you don't need to know.
Inspector Longton's office. Yeah, who is it, please? Just a moment. I'll see if I can find her. Man says he's your friend.
Hello? Now, you listen to me, and listen well. These childish phone calls are starting to annoy me. If I get one more, I'll set my stall out and you'll be before the court so fast it'll take your breath away. I'll have you, and that's a solemn promise. I've had a few funny phone calls, George.
Sorry about that, Mum. I hadn't heard.
Neither had anyone else. I'm ex-directory. Only a few people have got that number.
Well, whoever it is wants sorting.
No, there's no harm done. I'm a big girl now. I won't get the vapours over a phone call. I think that might prove to be the last.
Well, he could start on somebody else.
I doubt it. I think it's just a personal thing. If I ever do find out who it is, a court appearance will be the least of his worries.
And after a few minutes, the law screamed up and piled into the house. Then I saw him at the end of the street. He just walked off.
Very smooth.
And fast.
We've no Derek. We could use this fella if we could find him.
You said...
We had to be sure, didn't we? Now we know he's all right.
Ready.
Give me a large whiskey.
I'll get that.
Cheers.
Go on.
A word.
Oh?
The law's been in asking for you. Likely they'll be back.
If somebody tells them.
That's not likely. Not if you're with me. So I deal with grasses.
See ya.
Come over.
Are you trying to keep me here?
No, you'll be all right. Just want to have a chat. Come on.
Hello, pal. Push off. Don't remember me, do you? I know you.
I've never seen you before.
I never forget a face. Do I, Freddie, eh? I know you. Artley.
What about it?
Artley. That's where you're from.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. I remember. You were in the same landing as me in Strangeways in 1960.
Shut it. Shut it. Here. Here, a drink for our time's sake, pal.
Good luck to you, pal.
Jimmy, get him in, will you? And get one for Joe.
What's with the Joe?
That's your name, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm Freddie, Albert, Jimmy.
What's your problem?
Problem?
What do you want?
A good Peter man.
So?
I've heard you're very handy with jelly.
Some loose traps around here.
Are you?
You know. I've seen you before.
No.
He was in here lunchtime.
Yeah, maybe so.
Ready?
Can you handle a strong room?
Likely.
Soon?
Any time on my own.
No, with us.
With this setup, you've got to be joking. You're like a bunch of washerwomen.
It's big. 50 grand.
Each?
No. Between us.
Well, it's more like...
Could be more.
I want 20 grand for me.
You're not on.
Sit down, Joe.
That's it. Take it or leave it.
Can you get the jelly? When?
If it's jelly you want, here. Help yourself, here. 20 grand.
Tomorrow.
Whenever.
You're on.
What's the job?
You'll know soon enough.
Oh, no, now. You're not setting me up with this stuff on me. I want to know where, when, and the type of safe, so don't mess me about. Tell.
Tomorrow is soon enough.
Now.
20 grand. Finish.
I want 20 grand for the job. That's the end.
Okay, let's go and talk.
Any talking we do here? First, I want you to pass this around. Self-protection. If the law comes in, I want all your prints on this. That way I'll feel more secure if one of you decides to go to the gents or something. Now put it under the table.
It's a fur shop. The owner's gone bent. He's turning all his stock into cash. And when he's got it out of the country, he's going to go bankrupt. My fella on the inside will fix the alarm. The money is in the office safe. We'll do it early when there's lots of traffic about.
Oh, Mom. There was a message from Joe Beck last night.
And?
Well, he just said to tell you that Jelly Baby will be home tonight.
Oh, great.
Whatever that means.
Thank you, George.
He didn't say anything else, Mom.
No, he wouldn't.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
No, I don't suppose it does. It will soon. Just be patient.
Well, if I'm not to be trusted, I suppose.
Now, George, you're being childish. Take it from me, the message is good news up to now. You won't be kept in the dark much longer. Thanks for calling in to let me know.
Yeah, that wasn't all, Mom. I found this under the windscreen wiper of the supervision car in the car park last night.
On the station car park?
Yes.
What is it?
Well, it seemed like a letter, but it's addressed to the inspector, not to you by name, so I opened it.
You did right, George. What is it?
Well, I wasn't going to tell you, Mom. It's not very nice.
Oh, come on, George. Let's have a look.
Sorry, Mom. I did say it wasn't very nice.
You're certainly right there.
This is getting me on the joke now. This guy wants catching.
Get me a couple of plastic bags, George. We'll get this to headquarters for fingerprinting. Will you see it get through?
Yeah, I'll fix it up. Have you told the chief super about all this yet?
No, if I do, he might stop ringing me. It'd look well if he were my phantom caller.
No, I don't think so.
I'm joking, George.
Oh.
Well, I hope I'm joking. No, let's keep this between ourselves for the next couple of days.
Have you got everything?
Here. How do we get in?
Why?
I can't climb. I get dizzy.
There'll be no climbing.
We go in like stuff.
Like stuff?
Through the back. With a key. Just like stuff.
With a key? Hang on. Where are we?
What do you want to know for?
If it comes to a run, I want to know which way to go. I don't want to finish up in a dead end.
There'll be no running. Come on.
Where's the motor? King Street. The main road at the top is Bolton Road.
Joe, I love you. Let's go. All mobiles, Operation Jelly Baby. Location, King Street, Bolton Road. Unit 4, locate car, King Street, sit on it. Unit 2, front of premises, plenty of show. Unit 3, back of premises, meet me. Acknowledge.
Get that door open quick. Where's the safe then?
Come on, come on.
Come on, I don't want to be here longer than I have to.
We're as safe as houses. There you are. Get on with it.
Better get started then.
That's it. Attention all units, Operation Jelly Baby. Go! Repeat, go. Position 1. Unit 2.
Unit 2, in position.
Move in. Let them know we've arrived. And counting. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Out this way, Freddy.
Richard Cooper, I am arresting you for burglary. You are not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so. Anything you do say will be taken down and may be used in evidence. Oh, thanks, Joe. You were great. You, had us worried, though, for a minute.
You were worried?
You must be about ready for a pint. Come on, I'm buying.
Will it keep, boss? I've got a date in Hartley.
Well, a good idea. The lads here will be tied up for a while. I'll run you over there. I owe Kate a drink. She set this whole thing up.
Evening, George.
Hey, Mum.
Just passing. Anything doing?
No, nothing much. Oh, it was a message from Crime Squad. I was going to ring you. It just says Operation Jelly Baby concluded successfully. 3 men detained. 4th man believed to have left area, travelling to Globe Hotel, Hartley. Please make contact.
Smashing. Absolutely great.
Doesn't make much sense to me. I mean, what do they want us to do?
We might start with a visit to the Globe.
Well, who are we looking for? I mean, the message doesn't say.
I think we may find Joe back there for starters. Come on, George. Get a civvy jacket on. It's past your finishing time.
Oh, I've got all this found property to check. It's not my job, really, but with Joe being away...
Leave it to him. He's back now. Lock it away and come on.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, come on, George. Don't be such a martyr.
Well, I'll be a few minutes.
Follow me down. I'll tell Joe you're coming.
Did I hear you mention the Globe, Mum?
Big ears.
It's just that I'm on my way down there. I'll give you a lift.
I've seen your car. But second-class driving beats first-class walking.
It's in the backyard.
I'm not surprised you're hiding away. I could get the station a bad name.
Now then, what's this? I see. And who is a friend? Good evening, Mr. Taylor.
Good evening, Sergeant. Just a little joke between the inspector and myself.
A joke?
A private joke. You understand.
Hope the inspector likes this kind of a joke.
Well, it's rather, spoilt the surprise now. If you give it me back, I'll see her myself and explain.
Well, I'm going to see the inspector. I'll give it to her. Perhaps you'd like to call at the police station tomorrow morning. Then you can see for yourself how much she enjoys the joke.
I'm very busy tomorrow.
Shall we say 9:30? Be there, Mr. Taylor. Miss Longton would be very disappointed if you weren't.
Well, I'll try.
I'm sure you'll manage. Good night, sir. Mr. Taylor, this car's private property. I'd keep away if I were you.
And they never sussed you at all, Sarge?
Oh, they're not very bright.
No, they're not daft either, Joe. You did a good job.
No problem, boss.
Any time Crime Squad gets stuck, give us a call at Hartley. Oh, here's George. I wasn't sure he'd come. He's been a bit about not being told what's going on. I'll buy him a drink, smooth his feathers. What is it, George? Pint of bitter? Well, you'd be glad to get Joe back.
Oh, we were managing.
What's happened, George? You've not had a word for the cat for days. Now you look as though you'd come up on the pools.
We can all have secrets, you know.
And what's yours, George?
Pint of bitter, please.
Oh, secret, you clown.
Ah.
Pint of bitter, please. Stop gloating.
I know who your friend is.
You know?
I know.
Who?
Oh, my old son, have you been looking after the shop while
Just
the
a
master's...
minute, Joe. Just give us a minute and we'll join you.
I just caught him putting another of those letters under the wiper of your car.
Come on, George. Who is it?
You know Nigel Taylor?
The barrister? It was him?
It was.
Nigel Taylor. Where is he?
At home, I should think. He's coming to see us first thing in the morning.
Thank you, George. I'm very grateful. Well, Crime Squad was never like this.
Why, you coming back?
Not likely.
Oh, you jump at it.
No, here you know who your friends are.